40.
Victor Valley College sets Citrus back on its heels with a mighty high-impact first-quarter attack in the Rams' bid to upset a powerful and heavily favored Owls in this American Mountain Conference battle. Coach Dave Hoover's offensive game plan is executed masterfully early on, led by quarterback Evan Nelson. The 6'3", 185-pound sophomore from La Crescenta completes 9 passes in the first quarter, including this 13-yard scoring pass to Khadeem Richards. VVC's offense controls the ball for 11 minutes of the opening stanza, while the defense shuts down and shuts out the highly touted Owls. Rams first play from scrimmage. Mareek Pitts, 14 yards to midfield. Mareek Pitts, 5'6", 165-pound sophomore out of Neptune, Florida. 2nd and 8 at the 48. Evan Nelson's first pass of the day, complete to Samaj Brewer, the 6'2", 180-pound freshman wide receiver from Kansas City. A penalty moves the Rams back. This is 3rd and 13 at the 46. Evan Nelson rifles the completion to Khadeem Richards, the freshman tailback who scored 4 touchdowns the week prior at Mount San Jacinto. 3 yards on the quick pass to Mareek Pitts out of the backfield. It brings up a 3rd and 7 at the 27. Evan Nelson to Andrew Glass, the 6'3", 195-pound sophomore and former Granite Hills Cougar, the 4th receiver catching a pass on this initial drive. The Citrus defense ranks number 1 in the state against the run, and the Rams' opening drive ends when they turn the ball over on downs. Despite nothing to show on the scoreboard, Victor Valley College held the ball for the first 4.5 minutes of the ball game, and the Rams' defense is about to get the ball right back. Citrus leads the American Mountain Conference in offense. This is the Owls' first play from scrimmage. 4 for the Rams is Carlos Mijares, another former Granite Hills Cougar. The 5'10", 185-pound sophomore defensive back leads his team in interceptions this season. Watch Ram number 44, Lucio Monrroy. The Rams force Citrus 3 and out. Lucio Monrroy, the sack on 3rd down. Lucio Monrroy is a freshman linebacker from DeVille, Texas. He is listed at 5'10", 210. VVC's second possession begins at their own 44. Mareek Pitts' longest run of the afternoon, 17 yards across midfield to the Owls' 39. Rams center 72 is 265-pound sophomore Sebastian Sanchez. Evan Nelson just beats the pass rush. 14 is Reggie Say, freshman wide receiver from San Bernardino. 70 on the O-line is Awahapanatini, 270 freshman from Las Vegas. 52 Kanoa Tilmoar, 270 from Hawaii. Mareek Pitts is the 3rd leading ball carrier in the conference, averaging just over 80 yards per game. He grinds for 9 here to the 16. Offensive lineman number 57 is Devin Fisher, 6'6", 290, freshman, former Apple Valley Sun Devil. 2nd and 1 at the 16. Evan Nelson to Khadeem Richards. A flock of 4 Owls unable to bring down the 5'9", 170-pound freshman from Monticello, New York. This is 3rd and 11 from the 13. Evan Nelson back to Khadeem Richards. 6 points. Rams. 11th touchdown pass for Evan Nelson. 4th touchdown reception on the year for Khadeem Richards, who has become the Rams' leading scorer. 10 touchdowns on the season, plus a pair of 2-point conversions. Coach Dave Hoover's offensive game plan being executed so effectively in the early going. 7-0 Rams with 6.5 remaining in the first quarter. Citrus leads the conference in kick return yardage. We see how and why on this kickoff. Jeremiah Jackson finally running down the kick returning Owl, but VVC catches a break to end this Citrus threat. The Rams defense takes it away. The Owls pulling guard jars the ball loose on the handoff, and Rams defender number 1, David Reeves III, recovers the fumble. David Reeves is a freshman defensive back out of Denver. The Rams had dodged a bullet, getting it back deep in their own territory at the 11. VVC is unable to sustain a drive, but this possession does include another clutch 3rd and long pass completion by Evan Nelson, 26 yards to Samaj Brewer out to the 35. But we are seeing the last stages of VVC's success in the air against the Owls. 114 of Evan Nelson's 125 yards passing this game come in the first half. How much confidence does Coach Dave Hoover have in his Rams defense? VVC gambles on 4th and 4 at their own 41, and the Rams have turned the ball over on downs to the Owls. Jabari Lewis with the tackle for a loss. The 5'10", 220-pound Jabari Lewis averages 5.5 tackles a game. His 10 tackles for a loss leads the team in that department. The freshman linebacker is from Davenport, Florida. The Rams defense comes through. Lucio Monrroy first to make contact, then Robert Butler III, 11. 2 is Darren Woodson, and 5 Christian Roper. VVC gets the ball back, taking over on downs. Time winding down in the first 15-minute quarter. The Rams offense begins to stutter and stall. Delay of the game precedes this 9-yard run by Mareek Pitts, but the Rams enter the second quarter holding on to their 7-0 lead. Coach Dave Hoover's mood is far less mellow from here on out. He chastises his O-line for the sacks they are allowing. The frequency of sacks increases, though, and takes its toll, and dropped passes add to the inefficiency of the aerial attack. 2 dropped passes on this possession alone preceded this attempt. Accuracy off the mark, overshooting receiver Zion Hood, the former Sultana High School Sultan. Evan Nelson tries to spread the wealth when it comes to his receivers, but this takes it to the extreme. He catches his own pass. Blocked pass, be it may. A 6-yard gain, but doubtful the Rams will add that to their playbook. Highlights of former High Desert High School standouts include 45 Cameron Spratley, 6'1", 230-pound sophomore linebacker, playing on his home turf when he was a Silverado Hawk. Keshawn Wilson is credited with a sack on this play. Keshawn Wilson, 22, played at Adelanto High School. He is a 5'11", 180-pound freshman defensive back. Former Apple Valley Sun Devils Mossy Bell returns to the highlights reel, this time scrambling and emerging from the pack for a 33-yard gain, longest play of the afternoon for the Rams this game. 7 is another one-time Apple Valley Sun Devil, Nathan Crouch, now 6'3", 260, assisting Jeremiah Jackson on the tackle for a loss. Watch for number 34, Paul Gallardo. He'll emerge from the stack of Rams tacklers on this play. Paul Gallardo played at Sultana. He is 5'11", 210, a freshman linebacker. Big number 71, offensive lineman Andrew Soriano, is a 6'2", 300-pound freshman who played at Riverside Prep. He nearly comes up with the loose ball on this play late in the game. Next, home game for the Rams. First Saturday in November, the last Rams home game of the year. The opponent, San Bernardino Valley.
Greiner Buick GMC brings you Victor Valley College Sports Online Reports, presented by Greiner Buick GMC in Victorville. Greiner supports Victor Valley College Rams.